Hello, my name is Chris Fernari. I'm the editor of Brewbound. We're here in Boston at our headquarters, and we're fresh off a week where we were in Philadelphia at the 2016 Craft Brewers Conference, where we spoke to a lot of brewers and other industry professionals about the changing landscape of craft beer. We talked to those folks about all the deals that we're seeing, just how their businesses are evolving, and some of the things that keep them up at night. One of the things we found is that a lot of brewers are concerned about Anheuser-Busch InBev's increasing involvement in the space. They've acquired about 8 craft breweries in the last few years. We also talked to them about the supply chain management issues that they're seeing, hop shortages, a whole variety of issues that are keeping craft brewers up at night. So let's hear what they had to say.
What keeps me up at night and up in the morning is just how complicated it's getting to run a small craft brewery that's based on all the things that got us here in the first place, that sense of independence and that sense of excitement, creativity, and imagination, because now there are 4,500 breweries in this country and there's still 2 or 3 wholesalers in each market. Chains are opening up a little bit more to craft beer, but the kind of data they're looking for and the kind of business relationships they have are a little bit larger scale than some of us at our smaller levels can accomplish.
From our standpoint, it's access, and it's access to raw materials, cans, access to ingredients, hops, and then access to market. Are we making good enough beer to be relevant to the marketplace?
I think hops are a big supply chain in general, but for us, we're a hop forward brewery. So, getting the hop prices in check, they're climbing up there pretty quick, and pretty soon it's going to be unstable for a lot of small breweries. So figuring that out, 5 years ago, everyone said contracting would level it out, but it's not, because the growth is so much, so we're still having this up and down cycles, and that worries me a lot too.
My biggest fear and concern with how some of this is being done is the big players tend to push the price button. When they take over all these brewers, the first thing they do is come in and start deep discounting and giving the beer away. They're trying to buy friendships and they're trying to buy a customer loyalty. Craft beer hasn't necessarily grown up that way. It's been more organic, and they've built a following on their own, and they've been able to do it at a premium price. So, my concerns is if you're not aligned, you're going to get squeezed out of the supply chain at some point. But at the same time, depends who you're aligned with, you're going to lose a lot of that pricing.
What's changed over the last 18 months as far as craft beer industry? A lot of shakeups with brands, a lot of ownership changes, things like that. And definitely, I don't know if it keeps me up at night, if I'd say that at all, but definitely the thing that I'm keeping my eye on is how this new generation of beer drinkers responds to what's going on in beer, because it's an absolutely volatile, changing game right now. I feel like this newer, younger crowd of beer drinkers is kind of taking the lead and making some big decisions as to where beer's going to go.
I don't know how many more deals there will be or not. I think there'll be some more. I don't know really the long-term strategies for especially ABI and what they're trying to do. For me personally, I think that is just a distraction for a lot of what the other strategies that they're employing in the marketplace right now. So I think there's a lot of other stuff that's going on, and while the craft community is talking about these deals time after time after time right now, there's a lot of other stuff going on in the industry, either through them or through other things that are really impacting the category now and in the long term. So I guess that's probably the thing that I like to try to point out to people who are not talking about that piece of it, is that these deals and that stuff is a distraction from a larger set of strategies that seem to be emerging through all of this, and that's what we all need to be really aware of. There's a much more complicated plan involved than just that, as far as offsetting consumer identity and what that relationship to craft and the branding piece is.